I'm sure they'll have you. Hey, welcome in special edition of that SEC podcast, week 2 kickoff with the Cousin Shane.
Yes, sir.
This was a Cousin Shane idea, so shout out to the big Tennessee homer. How you feeling about this weekend's matchups here, Shane?
I can't wait, man. That's why I was trying to figure out my TV situation, like which one's going to be on which TV, that sort of thing.
Right.
But I think I've got it figured out now. I've got it figured out. Man, I for some reason, I didn't realize how important just right out of the gate is. You know, usually noons were kind of snooze fest. We just kind of get some teams out of the way. But brother, we hit it quick here with Texas and Michigan, Arkansas and Oklahoma State. I mean, these are two huge matchups that we've talked about all offseason.
Michael Riley's already calling for it, Shane. He don't want to be the only one down in the dumps. What's Cousin Shane's reaction going to be when Tennessee loses?
No, don't do that. Don't put that evil on me. I was a little worried about it because on game day, they were just kind of like petting us too hard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
You know, Nico's God's gift to quarterback, and these wide receivers are loaded, which I totally agree. But man, I was a little like, hey, pump the brakes here. Let's beat NC State first.
Hey, shout out to Zach. He just became a member to the channel, and that's why we're going to do this. We're going to try to do this show. We may not be able to do it every Saturday because we're going to be traveling and things of that nature, but we want to give a special shout out to all the cousins out there with their predictions. We asked on the YouTubes. We're going to highlight the best and the worst shade from last weekend. So get in those predictions now. Head on over to YouTube and make your predictions for week 2. But before we do that, I want to throw up, again, Shane and I have already made all our picks, so we're not going to rehash all of them. But I did want to just throw this up there. Here's Shane's picks. And, again, he's got, I mean, no surprise. He's got the SEC winning every damn game, which, you know, that's not even that bold of a take these days. But one reason, Shane, are you still interested? I don't want to put you on the spot here. Are you still interested in your Arkansas-Oklahoma State bet?
Man, I tell you, I'm so damn nervous about that one. You know, I was thinking about like games I'm most nervous about. It's this one because obviously I picked them to win, but also the little bit of this Texas game. You know, they're telling us how close it's going to be or how close it could be. So you always get a little nervous right before kickoff, and maybe because it's right around the window. I wouldn't change any scores if that's what you're asking.
Okay. Well, oh shoot, Shane, I screwed up. Cousin Zach, I apologize. He gifted 10 memberships, Shane. He didn't just sign up. He's gifted 10 memberships. So thank you so much, Cousin Zach. Kentucky's going to roll today, as both our picks. Here's mine, too, if you care. But, yeah, we both got Kentucky winning comfortably. Well, I don't know about comfortably. I do think it's going to be a really good game that we've been saying it all off season. It's going to define the two seasons for these two. Must-win battle. I don't have every SEC team winning. I've got Arkansas losing. I'm just not. I hope I'm wrong. I really do, because we love the Razorback fans. But again, I one thing I didn't even say on it, Shane. Yeah. I mean, we always keep it real, right?
Yeah.
We love Sam Pittman.
Yeah. Are
you trusting Sam Pittman in a tight ball game? Because I'm not, as much as I want the guy to do it. And again, I hope I'm dead wrong. I usually am when it comes to Arkansas. So, but I don't know.
I feel like it's a little different this year, Mike. I don't think that he's as involved. Like, there is no charts for Sam. I don't think he's even allowed to call timeouts anymore, you know?
Yeah, but listen to what you're saying. The guy in control is we're keeping him away from it, so we're good. Like, that's not a recipe for success.
Well, I think it is for a CEO that you have that much confidence in the managers that you've hired underneath you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I really do think that Bobby Petrino is head coach B here in this scenario. Now, does he have say-so and maybe scripting or hey, let's try to run a little bit more type thing? Maybe, but I really do think that this is Bobby Petrino's offense.
Okay. So we're not going to do the mullet?
What? Oh, the mullet?
That's what I was asking you to try to put you on the spot, because that was a prediction you made off the air, but I didn't know if you wanted to throw it out on the air.
Yeah, I didn't. I'm not that confident, Mike. I was going to say if Oklahoma State one that I would wear the mullet. But that requires me going out and purchasing a mullet tonight, and I don't even know
I knew
where
as
to
soon
begin.
as you said it, I was like, "Here's the hiccup. That guy doesn't
Yeah.
own a mullet. He ain't gonna go get a mullet."
No.
If someone could hand deliver him a mullet, he would consider it. I say that.
It's confidence. It's not that Arkansas is favored by 14 points here, Mike. You know, they are underdogs. So I predicted them to win. I'm not gonna make some crazy damn bet.
Yeah.
That requires me driving a Pigeon Forge to get a mullet and a tie-dye t-shirt.
They got those at Walmart, don't they, or no?
I don't even
Is
know
the Spirit
anymore.
Halloween store, is that up and running yet?
I think it is opened. In fact, it's funny because it's right next. I call it the Fat Store DXL. That's where I go get my clothes. And I saw it. So it's funny. We got costumes on one side and fat clothes on the other. You know,
Well,
it's a perfect shopping
I will send
center.
my dad to go get you a mullet if that's the issue.
Oh, well, if he gets a mullet, let's pump the brakes, Mike. I mean, don't forget, Arkansas is going to whoop some ass today. But if that comes up and he so happens to grab the mullet, I'll definitely wear that on Sunday's show.
Yeah. And how about this? Well, again, we're making. I don't even know if I can get my hands on one of these, Shane. But if I can get one of those Arkansas pig hats, if Arkansas wins, I'll wear it for a show.
Oh, that'd be good. Yeah.
I don't know if I can find that in Nashville though. Do you? Anybody can help me out with that?
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, Nashville has everything, right? You know, it's the perfect city. That's why you left me, Mike. You left me.
Hey, shout out to cousin David. He just hotty toddy go Rebels headed to the Grove to get the party start. Man, there's gonna be some big fireworks in Oxford tonight. You know what?
I'm pumped up, man. I think it's going to be. I really do think there's a chance that there's an SEC sweep today, and it's something that this conference needs, especially after last week. I think we had some good moments, but you know, you look at that LSU game, which probably shouldn't bring this up, you know, but I'm just saying. The Florida game, there was like several black eyes we took, you know, and I would love nothing more than a clean sweep here. Obviously, that can't happen with South Carolina, Kentucky. Somebody's got to lose there. But is like the most anticipated football game today? Is that the one you're looking at?
Which one now?
South Carolina, Kentucky.
Not really, Shane, because there's so many good ones. Tennessee, NC State.
Yeah.
Is up there. That Arkansas, Oklahoma State, hell, Texas. I mean, all of them. But, South Carolina, Kentucky is certainly there. But just, again, I'm trying not to read too much into week one, but South Carolina was such a dud. I'm afraid that they'll showcase that again, and this ain't even a damn game.
Yeah.
Now, that's not my prediction. We both picked Kentucky to win it. But, I mean, it just so much shine off this team after week one. Now, here's the beauty of it, Shane. Week 1 to week 2, you can get better. You go on the road, you beat Kentucky. We're sitting here saying this is a damn team on the rise, right. And LSU's looking shaky against Southern Cal. Maybe they can knock them off. You know what I mean? So it can flip in a damn hurry. But after week 1, I'm afraid South Carolina's not good at all.
How about this, Mike? Power rank the top 5 most watchable games today. So. Number 1 is for you is the most
probably
watchable
Tennessee,
game.
NC State.
Okay.
Even though we both think that Tennessee is going to cruise, been wrong before when it comes to Tennessee. You know what?
Yeah.
The number 2 is probably Arkansas, Oklahoma State. Again, that's going to be a narrative game, and all of a sudden, Arkansas, Shane, if they're pulling off a win like that, they are going to a bowl game. They're going to be 3-0. They're going to be undefeated heading into Auburn, and Auburn will also be undefeated. So that's right near the top of my list. Then probably Texas, Michigan. I would love to see a burnt orange takeover of a damn cheating-ass big house. So that'd be number 3 for me. Then probably number 4 would be that Kentucky, South Carolina type game. And then number 5 is probably got to be Arizona State hosting Mississippi State, because that's, again, I'm trying not to get over my skis here on just destroying, who was it here? Eastern Kentucky. And they looked fantastic. If we could look fantastic again, Mississippi State's got them a club, and they're going to go to a bowl game, I think, if they win this weekend.
Yeah. No, buddy.
Any games I didn't mention that would be in your top 5?
No, I think you nailed it, brother. I was going to say Mississippi State, but you snuck that one in there at the very end. That is one low key that I'm looking forward to. Now it is late. It is going to be in fact, I put a little joke out, family won't see me for 12 hours. And then I said, wait a minute, I think Mississippi State plays. Oh shit, it's 10:30, so then I was like, okay, I'll see you in 13 hours because it is going to be a long run, but they will have the entire, if you're still up, man, it'll be a fun one to put your bets on. If you get on my bookie, you can you promo code that SEC. I hope everybody's got their bets in, man, because I'm locked down and these games are going to be very, very entertaining today.
Maybe the easiest question for you, Shane, because you've already made your stance very, very clear on this. Heartbroken Hog asked, does Shane Beamer get fired if South Carolina doesn't make a bowl this year?
Yes. Yeah, they do. And brother, and it's funny. We had I love our boy from Big Spur. I think it was a fantastic interview, but I knew at some point 22 Tennessee was going to get brought up, Mike. You know what I'm saying? I just knew it. And it's like, how much saving grace does that really give you? And I think it was 2003.
Shane, when we're 70 years old, we're going to have to hear South Carolina whoop Tennessee's ass in 2022. Remember that?
The first thing that came to my mind, no shit, I was like, well, I ran a 9-minute mile back in 2003, but doesn't mean I'm doing it today. It doesn't mean I should be patted on my back because of my accolades, several years ago. I feel like I'm not saying, we got Connor Stallion, so that's going to be a hot topic or anything like that, but why should that get brought up anymore? You guys were a disappointment last year. There's a real shot that you may win 4 games this season, but we're going to give you a pass because something that you did 2 years ago. So I don't know. I'm out on that. That you can't use that as a crutch anymore.
Right. And then again, I've been talking to this to no end. It kind of went viral on Twitter yesterday, Shane, but I don't think people are wrapping their minds around this yet. And again, this is all guesswork because we've never seen it. But I'm dying on this hill, Shane, that Texas needs to win against Michigan today because that's such a marquee game because the SEC kind of shit the bed last week in a lot of big games, not Georgia and not Vanderbilt. Hell, I don't think people outside of like shows like this even know Vanderbilt played last week. So I don't think that's hit the national stage yet. The only SEC team that showed itself well in a big game last week was Georgia. If the SEC, this is not totally unbelievable, Shane. Like if Michigan beats Texas, again, we don't think that happens. But the other ones, if Oklahoma State beats Arkansas, if Arizona State beats Mississippi State, that's very believable. Those second two, the perception of the SEC is going to be hurting, and I think it's going to cost the SEC a playoff spot. And I'm not sitting here saying, here's where people really took issue with it. They're like, oh, God, you need Texas to save you already. We'll never root for Texas. It's not even about that. And it's not about, the SEC versus everybody, all that stupid nonsense. But it's about the playoff committee.
Yeah. And
when they're going to be evaluating these teams, there could be a couple 10-2 teams like a Mizzou, like an Ole Miss. And if 8-4 LSU's your best win, you are not getting in the college football playoff. I'm not saying 12-0 Georgia's getting left out or 11-1 Georgia. Georgia and Alabama are the only teams that are going to get the benefit of the doubt if Texas loses today to Michigan. I really do believe that. So, again, you could sit here and bitch about that, but if the SEC does another egg, I think there's a reality where the SEC is only getting 3 spots into the college football playoff.
That's the popular take right now is that the SEC is not the best conference. Just again off week 1, it's overreaction from media, and outside that SEC podcast, is where they're saying it. They're not saying it on this show, but I feel like it's the perception. Like you said, everyone watched the Florida Miami game. Everyone watched the Texas A&M Notre Dame game. People remember this stuff, and when we talk about it 4 or 5, 6 weeks into the season, outside of this bubble that we're in, that's what they're going to be. Their perception of the SEC is that, well, they weren't good that day. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think it's very important that SEC gets a win today.
Yeah. All right, Shay, let's highlight real quick the cousins that did well last. We got some really good ones here. Shout out cousin Neil McGinnis. Shay, we might have to hire this man, Shane. Lock in Miami. This will get ugly. Cam Ward is real. The Florida secondary is not. Miami by double digits. I mean, it's like he knew the score in advance. You know what?
Jeez, man. I'm telling you what. That's where I've been getting my picks. I didn't want to tell you, but.
All right, shout out to, how about this, Michael Bratton? Not me. This is senior here. Lock, Georgia, and the points. But maybe my dad should be hosting this damn show. You know what?
Come on now. He's still in Oklahoma, right?
How about this one? Shout out cousin Brian Moran. He was the first one to become an official cousin on the channel. I mean, he may get his own segment here, Shane. These were his MyBookie picks. Oklahoma minus 13 in the first quarter. Mm-hmm. Nailed it. Ole Miss minus 41.5. Nailed it. Auburn minus 46.5. Nailed it. Mississippi State minus 23.5. Nailed it. Tennessee minus 37.5. Got that one. Kentucky minus 29.5. Got that one. Vandy to win outright. He bet on that as well. And Georgia minus their points. What was it? 30. He had it at minus 30. Good Lord. But yeah, I mean, I think he's got every single one of those right last weekend.
Hell yeah, the first one, the OG cuz right there coming through.
Now, how about Carolina jackpot? Obviously, a big South Carolina guy, Shane. He picked Vanderbilt and the point spread.
Nice.
Nailed it. He even had Old Dominion, not outright, but point spread over South Carolina. He knows his Gamecocks well. And I thought you'd like this, Shane. He said Georgia minus 12 over them Taters, which he nailed that one too. And then no, we had some bad, Shane. I mean, these are like my picks here.
All right. Here comes the cousin Shades right here.
Trail Jockeys, love that name. Florida wins with a defensive stop at the end. Whoops. Texas A&M going to bully the Irish, not even a close game. Sounds like exactly like us. How about this one? Sugar Shane. I think he's a big Aggie, Shane. Notre Dame's offensive line has no answer for the Aggies. Riley Leonard, no time to throw. He struggles, passes of 20 or more yards. A&M makes a statement. A&M 31, Notre Dame 10. And then how about Dookie Booty here? Another good name. Florida will squeak by Miami by 3. And Notre Dame goes home sad as Texas A&M shows them why the conference matters. A&M by 10.
Oh gosh! No,
I think we've influenced these cousins a little too much.
Maybe that's what it is. We've convinced them, and we're to blame. You know what I'm saying? We're the root of this evil. So, hey, new week though. Let's don't overreact. Week 1 is in the books. Week 2 is about to kick off, brother. I think we got some good picks. I noticed that you put that out for the cousins. So be sure to get in there in the. So the way I understood it, because it's the way it did on my phone, you go to YouTube and then there's like a little chat box and you can go ahead and get your picks in. So get it in before noon or we won't count it.
Yeah, it lets me know when they made it. So if they try to do it Sunday, I'll know you're a cheating cousin. You know what?
We always got one or two of those in the family, right? Mine lives in Hawaii, or yours does.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever played with Monopoly with that guy and he didn't try to steal a couple hundreds out of the bank?
Oh yeah, he always volunteered to be the banker. You know, like I got this, guys. I got this.
Yeah, so don't be the fly to wide. No. Be like cousin Shane. But, hey, I think that's going to do it. We just wanted a quick one. Give a shout-out to the cousins there. Remind you guys of our picks. And hopefully the SEC goes undefeated today here. Yeah. I can't wait for these games.
Real quick, what do you think I had for breakfast?
Oh, pancakes.
Wrong. Pork chop biscuit Hardee's.
Oh.
So, yeah, I mixed it up a little bit. Got fancy with it. So, hey, let's watch some football. Cold beer's waiting on me. TV's waiting on me. We'll be sure to jump on if anything crazy happens today. If not, be sure to check late tonight. Mike's going to be doing the power ranks.
Yeah, power rankings every night. Emergency podcast if necessary. And it always seems to be. So stay locked in on the channel. We'll catch you on the next one.
All right, see you guys. Go Vols.